let's go over the romantic types. All right, ladies. Romantics, full, lush, round, petite, small. They don't have to be petite, but they are very delicate. Um, Full features, rounded. There are no corners. Just everything is a rounded, soft line, just curved and flowing. Um, they may appear wide and full, but that is just because of how voluptuous they are. They're very yin. That width and fullness are not, it's not Kibbe with like a soft natural, and I will show you the difference there. Um, but very yin with a delicate frame. The theatrical romantic looks like a romantic kind of like if you put your hand on either side, smush them together, then pulled from top to bottom just to elongate them, and they are still rounded with just a little bit of sharpness. That's what gives that narrowness appearance because they have that little bit of sharpness, so their shoulders a little more tapered and close together. And they have those narrow waspish curves. And let's check out the difference between these two types of curves. So I will draw this here. Oh, here we go. All right. So when you have the full curve, it is full, like full. And it's just a repeating curved line. And it's just filled with flesh and round. And when you look, it's just like a circle on top of a circle. They say a snowman look, and it's funny, I saw my shadow on the wall. I am a romantic type, and it indeed looks like a snowman. I was like, goodness gracious, I'm a snowman. And it just makes me giggle, but it is how it is. So this trim and waspish is still very curved. There are no angles. There's no like sharpness. In fact, this line, I don't like this line here. I think this line should be more like that. I'm gonna fix that line. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you how I would make it look. Yeah, like I want to just round it out a little bit there. Does that look a little more rounded? I would want that to be more rounded, and that makes me feel better. It's an S curve, and I'm going to come up like this just because I wanted to show how round it would be. So to me, this would be more appropriate, and it's more like, because that bust would come out here on there. This is just it's not a Kibbe thing. It was just something I found a while back, like this, and it just continues that S curve, just looks like an S. So if you look at that, I'll undo all the lines, and you can just look at both side by side and just see the difference, how it's just a narrow version of the same body is all, and the bust will come out on either side. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, that's okay. I got you. And come on over here, and I am going to, I got this image of both Vivian Leigh and Liz Taylor playing Cleopatra. Of course, Vivian is a theatrical romantic, and Liz is a romantic. And this is just a perfect example because they're playing the same role of how they look similar yet different. And I did want to put this picture of Vivian down here to show you her shoulders are more tapered than Elizabeth. So let me go ahead and trace this line here. So when you look, let's start with our voluptuous romantic. You see that when you get close, it's just Everything's soft. There's no angles. I just softly flow into this shape of her hip. Is just round and soft. I'm actually going to come around and round it out so you can see. But the line is soft. And then if you come to the shoulder, and that's where you come right there, where the shoulder meets, like the collarbone meets the shoulder. There you go. And that is your double curve or stack circles, figure eight, if you will. And Vivian has the same shape. Now, mind you, this is like a metal dress, but she does have this trim, same version of that. In fact, you would come, let's undo this a little bit. Sorry guys, I went too far. I don't like this dress to show you, but I did like that they were the same people. And it's just a very narrow version. You can see her curve better here on top in a dress that's not, you know, as metal. And even when it's not looking rounded, it's still smooth. It's not sharp like that. It's more curved. And then it comes out. But again, she is on like a little bouffant under there, widening it. And then slight taperedness and smaller shoulders here. So for her, I would come like up here, like a narrower snowman. She's likely small under here like this. And there you go, because we can see it there at the top. That's how it is. And then in their faces, you see it's just soft. And then same with her. Slight, it looks like there's sharpness in the bones, but it's flesh right on top. Full features. So that is the difference between those two types. Very just narrower version. And honestly, TRs are often like flat, front and back. Those are those really like, if you have sultriness and you're flat but curvy, you're probably a theatrical romantic. Let's see. Here you go. Curve dominant, frame dominant. Let me show you these two ladies side by side. Now, I'm hoping you can see the difference in what frame dominance is. A lot of people go for the shoulders. I want you to focus in between these areas here. Let me show you. I want you to look between here and here, okay? This is where I want you looking for frame dominance. That is where frame dominance exists. It is not the shoulders. The shoulders are an after effect of the frame dominance, and then they appear more broad or wide. So let me show you here. Her frame dominance is, now Kim has soft flesh on top of her frame, so her frame is angular here, okay? Let me do that one line. I'm going to line it up with this. Oh, where'd it go? You always get a show with me, right? I am actually a behavior support teacher, and so I have very long days. So I don't have time to like edit videos all beautiful, but I want to share. So I hope you guys can appreciate my messy artistic. I'm like the TikToker of YouTube, I guess. But do you see how that is? And then flesh lays on top of that as a soft natural, okay? Then on the other side, same thing. Let's get over here. And like, you see how I can just draw that line? This is why it was such a big deal that she wore this dress, because I can't do it with that. Her bust is there. Whoa. Because she really stretched it, because she doesn't have, she has frame dominance and Marilyn does not. And so it is going to stretch the dress in a way that it's not meant to be stretched. So she's straight through here. It's through here. It's like that. And she's just at an angle, but it's like that. And then her shoulders are just like, you know, her frame is going to come to about right here. See how her collarbones go to about right here. So her frame is coming here and here, and her shoulders have like bluntness with like flesh on top. And muscularity, that's another thing. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Do you see all that? And then openness in this area here. An open chest. And that's why you can drape on a soft natural, because they almost look like a hanger, right? Like, look, it's a hanger, you know? And you can put it on. And that frame right here supports all those garments. And that's why they can do a little bit more of a flow and then a nip at the waist. And then to continue, the hip will come out like this on a soft natural. They are stacked triangles, like, I'll draw it with red. They look like, I'm going to make it narrow, but it's like this. Whereas we are as romantic circles. Now let's look at Marilyn. Let's trace her. Now there is a shadow here, but we'll come like, it's not a good color here. We'll come right here. Here. And you see just how it's just softer. There's not a lot of muscle there. There's no muscle. You can't see muscle. Oops. Oh, that is her waist. She's so tiny. And just, it's so round and soft. It just flows. And then her shoulders and there, and are very narrow and sloped. There's no width here in the torso. It's very like rounded and, you know, I'm sorry, curved, rounded and just curved. There's no openness here. It's very, you know, round, small space. Not a lot of dominance there. I'm going to open this back up. I'm going to take everything off and have you look again at them. Kim is shorter than Marilyn by like 2 or 3 inches. So keep that in mind, you know. And then their faces even are a lot different. But yeah, Kim is shorter than Marilyn. So, and Kim is not big, you know. She was actually very small here. So I hope you can see the difference. Please comment if you can see the difference between that. It's more round like this. Oh, versus like this. So I hope you can see that if you haven't seen it before. All right, coming on. Now, you can have, I use this example because a lot of times theatrical romantics are confused with soft camines. And I want to show you looks with ruffles to show you the difference in a ruffle. I also want to talk about accommodations and romantics and other types in general. Ruffles are a romantic accommodation. Or a suggestion of what you can wear. But a lot of people will put on ruffles and be like, oh my God, I do not look good in ruffles. I look ridiculous, looking like Little Bo Peep lost her sheep. And you're like, I'm not romantic. Kind of like Liz here in the middle on the left. And I'm here to tell you, like, maybe you're not doing the right version of the accommodation. There are so many types of ruffles. This isn't even all of them, because a soft dramatic and a soft natural also need ruffles, or can use ruffles. I shouldn't say need them. Nobody needs ruffles, but can use them. And they might look different than these. So on the left, I have all of the ladies in a more youthful ingenue type ruffle. So at the top, Vivian Lee kind of looks like a brat, like a little girl who's bad and sassy, and she looks like a little girl, though, on the left. We have Elizabeth Taylor. She looks just like Little Bo Peep lost her sheep, like a little milkmaid. It's not sexy at all. And I don't think Vivian at top is sexy at all. It's more like little girl dressing up, trying to be, sexy, if that makes sense. And then at the bottom, you have Judy Garland, who is soft gamine, who actually looks really good in this tiny ruffle, Little Bo Peep type style. Like, she almost looks, well, she does look very much better. She looks not like a little girl. She looks very put together and poised. She looks quite amazing, and this is a good look for her. Now, granted, she's in a costume, so it's a little much. However, overall, if we took away the parasol and maybe the little bit in the thing in the middle and just have those ruffles, she would look really good in them. Now, on the right, let's look at our romantics compared to our soft gamine in larger flowing ruffles, or for Vivian, a tighter, smaller ruffle. So when you come up to here with Vivian is that longer, whoa, let me come over here and edit. Okay, sorry. She has that longer trimmer S-curve, right? That's even too much. Like trim, a little bit longer S-curve. Looks like a figure eight, a little narrower figure eight. For her ruffles kind of mimic that narrower, figure eight that goes on. It's stiffer with a little bit of angularity. There's a good way to look at it right there, in this area. Little bit of angularity in that, like just a little bit of structure is what I want to say. A little bit of structure, because they have that tiny bit of yang. Gives them a little bit of narrow structure and sharpness that the romantic doesn't have. If you look at their faces, this is just slightly softer all around. And so when you look at this smaller ruffle, kind of ribbony ruffle, compared to this, she looks very regal and sexy and mature here, and more her age, not like a little girl. Same with Liz, because romantics need soft, flowing, medium-sized patterns and ruffles. Even for me as a 4'11" romantic, I need a, medium size for my body. The soft gamine kind of things don't work for me. They're too small. I need slightly bigger, but I can't go too big, because that veers into a soft dramatic, or for me, a taller romantic, and it could become overpowering just because of my small frame. But for her, this is amazing. It flows nicer, it's more mature, and she looks womanly and sexy and beautiful as compared to Little Bo Peep here. And then when we see Judy Garland down here, she looks very like she's in her mom's kind of nightgown posing for glamour shots, and just kind of looks off and separate from her. She doesn't look bad, just like these ladies don't look bad. It just looks separate from their personality. They're way more in their essence on the other side. And that's what it is. If you know you're a type and you felt your type and you took a test or somebody typed you and you're like, yeah, I'm vibing. And then you go try out the recs and they aren't working for you. This could be what's happening. And I would be more than happy to help people figure that out because you definitely need to know the correct version of the recommendations that they give. All right, moving on. I used her and Drew Barrymore as examples of what romantics should not wear. Now, both of these ladies have a lot of style. And they can get away with these. They're famous. They have stylists. They have clothes custom tailored to them. So when they do wear them, and they are fit and trim, and they have personal trainers. So when they do wear things, they can break the rules better than the average folks who are just not, working with a trainer. And, having custom styled clothes, made for us. But oversized and baggy. I will say as a younger, in my 20s kind of girl, I could wear this upper left outfit pretty easily. I could not do that now in my 40s. So I think that's just an age thing. And I do think that there is a time period where romantic can kind of get away with that look. And then it does go away, late 20s. Drew Barrymore's outfit is just way too busy. That pattern is busy, 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 and does not vibe with a romantic. Drew is hard to find clothes that actually vibe with the romantic essence and look good. At the bottom here, it's more about the patterns and the mismatch. It's more gamine and it looks separate from her. And the fabric on the right here in this dress, while the cut is nice and the cut of the suit is nice on the other side, it's more the fabrics and the patterns on these things. Too stiff, too much. Again, she is, famous and we could wear this dress. It just would look better with something a little softer. It would look less separate. Here's an example of almost a similar outfit, like one to the next, and the same person, and how she can elevate her style to make it fit her essence. On the left, she's looking a little more like juxtaposition, no waist emphasis. On the right, she does a slight side tuck. It's flowy. She's got that skinny jean. I am so sorry, I keep yawning, but I cannot remake this video. And paired with a heel. And I know skinny jeans in, out. For romantics, they're in. They're in. Your jeggings and your skinny jeans are always in. These work well for us. And highlighter curve. And you just wear, you can also, do a little bit of an oversize, here. If you put a slimmer bottom and vice versa for a romantic and theatrical romantic. Here's Drew doing the same thing and just all this juxtaposition, mismatch, looking ridiculous. I want to be nice about it. I'm sorry. Drew's style, I want to even say on the right, I'm maybe that was in style when this picture was taken, but I don't really like her grungy aesthetic, but I do think that she elevated this outfit by doing a crop jacket, a tighter shirt underneath, a skinny jean, and then heels. I wish her hair was more put together, but it is an elevation from the first look. Here are some romantics that are, different style aesthetics, for a romantic, different ways, things that you can wear. This would be where I fall, right in here, and then the Liz and the Marilyn kind of look. This is my favorite romantic look. It just feels the best, especially the pants, all the pants these ladies wear, and then the cuts on the shirts, It's just really nice. I don't like the flowy dresses as much on the bottom. The straighter ones are better, in my opinion, for me, but every romantic is different. Here's a more classic Essence romantic, and Kate Winslet. She's a little taller, but she has been typed a romantic. And I think she has just a more classic Essence. She has a longer S curve. I would almost argue she could kind of be ethereal, but that's another subject for another time. The Harry Potter lady, I don't know how to say her first name, if it's Helen or Helena, I don't know. But she is a more like, funky gamine aesthetic, but she does it with her romantic lines. And I think that she does a really good job of it. I don't personally like her style, but I do like how she adapts the gamine look for a romantic body, if that makes sense. Here we have Elizabeth Taylor wearing, of course, adorable clothes. I think this is very romantic style, classic romantic, and not classic aesthetic, just very romantic. Same with Marilyn. Most of these are looks that I know I could get away with. The top right and the top middle, just the whole top row are outfits that are definitely things I rotate in my outfits, on a daily basis. And I really love her style. They really style her well. So these little cigarette pants, perfect, wonderful for romantics. A heel, Heels are amazing for romantics. You can get away with kitten heels. But you can also do flat. Like right now I'm wearing flats, but I prefer a heel. I miss them. Now we're moving into our theatrical romantics. One of my favorite styles. This could be my everyday look. The romantic is the romantic icons are how I dress as a romantic when I dress up, go to work, and want to look cute, I guess, is whatever. But this Mila Kunis is my go-to everyday style. I love her style. I probably wear her clothes style the most out of anybody's. And if you can see, in some of these pictures, she looks very, flat front to back here, but she is very curvy, as you can see here. And that's what that is. It's not like flat gamine where they're straight and flatter. She's got some fullness to her. You just have to look for it. So we have that. Very cute. I think she's got a 90s aesthetic, honestly. Again, with the fitted jeans, fabulous. They just work. Here we are, Jada Pinkett. She has a more, I think, she leans a more dramatic, romantic kind of thing. She kind of leans flamboyant, gamine in style to me, but I don't think she looks gamine at all. I just think she likes some juxtaposition. I think she likes to break her line. She likes a little bit more masculinity to her look with this femininity. Same as a theatrical romantic's body. Again, she also is, very curvy yet very straight and narrow. Has sex appeal rather than cutesy. But you can see when she does the romantic lines, it looks really amazing on her. And then another theatrical romantic, Hedy Lamarr, my favorite theatrical romantic. She does have some height on her. She's kind of like a Selena height. But I think her outfits are very, very kind of dramatic leaning. And I like that. And I love her. She's one of my very favorite of all the icons that Kibbe has used. So she helped invent Wi-Fi and a whole bunch of other stuff. She's a scientist and and an actress, and I find her to be very intriguing. We also have the same Myers-Briggs personality type. We're both INTJ women, which is rare. So I love her. So I had to give you my little spiel on her. I love her style. Vivian Lee has some cute looks. Again, I think she leans into the dramatic a little bit, and I like that. Then we have Selma Hayek, who she is, I think she leans into like a classic, a dramatic classic kind of look for her, but she is very theatrical, romantic, narrow. And again, she does a boot cut and a tiny flare, and those do look nice. And I know that people think that stripes widen you, but these smaller stripes are very, very becoming on romantics, at least for myself. It's definitely worth a try to get a black or a white stripe, the small stripes, not wider than that, just like that. A jacket is hard to find. Not all romantics can get away with that. If you are not in tip-top narrow shape, it is hard to find a jacket. We just get so full and they're just so boxy and stiff. It's almost impossible. But if you have a great place to find a jacket, I would love for you to comment in the comments and tell us where we can find jackets for romantics who are normal sized. If you like my videos and you think I'm talented, I do typing videos. For you, I will draw your lines and I will give you a whole write-up and just a little package deal. So giving you your types, what I see, and, different recommendations for you. So you can message me in email if you like that. Also, if you would like, subscribe, share my videos, I would love that. I am just starting out trying to make YouTube videos. I've been running my group on Facebook for quite a while. And just really kind of shied away from YouTube, but I'm trying to get into it more and would love for others to discover me and hopefully learn from me. I take what I learned as a teacher and how I educate students and try to show you what I see. I am in no way affiliated with Kibbe, and he probably dislikes everything I just said. And I'm okay with that. Have a great, whatever.